Hello, I'm FPXToyCat and welcome back to some Minecraft update news videos. They're the best type of update news because it's news you won't have seen anywhere else, or at least that I couldn't find anywhere else based on my searching, because we saw something we never expected we'd see from the Minecraft developers today, because 10 of them tweeted out different images of the Nether update, all kind of teasing the new biomes that we have seen before, but teasing them from different angles that we hadn't seen, and it was really exciting. You can check my early video if you want to see them all, but something else that we saw at the same time was a lot of Minecraft developers hinting there was a secret within them. In fact, Raf, one of the newest Minecraft developers, literally said S-E-C-R-E-T with the capital letters. He implied there were secrets in this image that we couldn't find, but despite looking through all the Twitter replies and everyone else's responses to this, I haven't found anyone spot something that wasn't already revealed. That's right, we already knew there was going to be a blue Nether warp biome. We already knew they were going to have a brand new type of tree with a brand new type of leaf. We already knew that there were going to be zombified piglins as well as regular piglins we've seen in other screenshots. We knew about these features alongside the base soul, the soul dirt, and the other soul valley features that we knew would be coming over there, that we haven't seen so much in the last couple of days, but we knew about all of these things already, so to see people continuously repost them like they're new, of course it's like, exciting for a lot of people to see it for the first time, but to someone like me, and maybe you who's seen all that sort of stuff before, it was cool to see, but it wasn't exactly a secret, was it? However, what is a secret? To just jump right into it, rather than give you too much more kind of intro, let me explain to you the very first one that we saw in a lot of these images, because I saw these glowstone looking things in some of the trees, and just assumed that like, oh yeah, the glowstone generates in new parts of these biomes. You probably assume this too, and based on everyone looking at the same thing and not noticing it, yeah, it looks like it's a brand new, glowstone texture, right? And obviously, given that Minecraft has just redone all the textures, it makes sense that for the Nether update, they're redoing the glowstone texture as well. However, in a couple of these images they posted today, you can see this brand new glowstone texture, but you can also see it alongside actual glowstone, which is just there in the bottom right corner. It's very hard to spot without zooming in, but you can see there is glowstone down there. That is the current glowstone texture, and then this right here in the center frame is the brand new glowstone question mark texture. So obviously it's not the same texture, and it's not even the same item, or they wouldn't be able to have two different textures in the same image without doing a lot of effort that I don't assume they're going for, which makes me believe, if this isn't just a glowstone texture, that it's a brand new glow item that grows in these trees, because look at all the locations of this brand new texture, and you'll see how they all correspond with these blue netherwort / mushroom looking trees that you can see around the shot. They grow underneath the trees in some cases a little above it, but you can see how there is a glowstone looking texture. You can see how it has the same glow as glowstone, and this makes me think that one of the features they want to add for this update, one of the features that obviously they look at and think, oh yeah, people love glowstone in the Nether, why don't we implement that into our new biomes, is they clearly have decided to add something inspired by glowstone, which, for now we'll just call it the glowberry, because it grows on trees, at the very top right there, but there is a brand new type of glowstone that we're going to be calling the glowberry. That's right, a brand new glowstone block. The benefits of using it over glowstone in the overworld will be kind of tricky to, suss out for now, but I personally like this texture quite a lot. It really does look like it's just a brand new glowstone texture. That's how, like, seamlessly it fits into our views, and I love the idea that it's one that you'll be able to farm, because you can make these trees yourself, of course. I'm assuming, if it's a tree, you can chop it down, it'll work the same ways as normal. There are questions still about whether these trees will work in the overworld, but for now, isn't it kind of cool in that way? The other thing that's really cool about this screenshot, in my opinion, I mean, besides, there's something in that lava stream, I can't tell what, there's some weird particle effects coming off it, and besides the fact that we've already seen these, but it's called seeds too, the blue mushrooms on the ground there, as well as this kind of like shrubbery that exists here, something that looks like it might be a sapling of those all the way to the far right, but if we leave those three things to the side, the other cool thing about this image is if you look at the background, instead of having that red, tone to represent the kind of fog that Minecraft has at the edge of your render distance, it's very hard to see in the overworld because Minecraft Bedrock especially runs so well, and if you're playing Minecraft Java, you probably have the render distance turned way up, but if you have your render distance turned down, or if you go to the Nether, you'll notice how the, render distance there is much lower, and you'll see how instead of being a normal colored fog, it's kind of ready to, again, make the biome more red and nethery, but in the blue biomes, it'd make more sense that the Nether fog is actually blue there instead, so you can see how in all of the blue screenshots from before, there is a blue Nether background. That's kind of cool in my opinion, whereas the red biomes, the ones for the red netherwort forest, they have the kind of traditional, it's not quite the same, but it looks very similar, kind of red, kind of fade out towards the background. By the way, I think it needs to be mentioned that in this screenshot, you can also see glowstone alongside glowberries. Every single Minecraft developer would be having to make the same mistake. It'd be very weird, and that kind of confirms they're different things. But these ones seem to grow on top of the trees, it looks like, or they were placed there on purpose, or maybe they're just here for this picture so they can point you at the thing which is directly between them, which looks like it might be some Nether vines, but it's hard to say for certain. It looks like devil horns growing off the bottom side of a block. I can't tell you what's going on right there, but I can tell you that in the background you can see there's a blue nether fire. So clearly the fog, kind of like how weather works in Minecraft, where if you're in a rainy biome but you're standing next to a non-rainy biome, it looks like it's raining everywhere. It looks like the fog is based on your current biome, not on the biome that you're currently looking at. This would therefore explain why Maria Lemon's screenshot, the very second one that we saw, has this kind of weird grey filter to it, because even though she's looking at a blue netherwart forest, and again there's one of those glowberries in the foreground, and you can see why we thought it was glowstone texture, but you know, you can see even though she's looking at a nether, you know, forest, she's actually in the soul sand valley. You can see the big stalagmite coming from the ceiling right there, and yeah, therefore as a result there's a grey kind of view to the whole thing. Very interesting to see that, like, oh, the nether is filled with different biomes which affect that fog in a way that we haven't seen before. Maybe that's one of the secrets too. But then the more interesting one of all of this to me is when Lady Agnes right here has a purple background, which means she's between a red netherwart forest or just normal nether and between the blue biome, which to me is the most appealing you know, fog that we see in the background ever. Admittedly, seeing fog is a non-desirable effect. I mean, ideally you could just see further, but I mean, it kind of fits the nether where you want to have that closed off, almost cave kind of vibe to it. Also, just as a, you know, another little thing to throw out here, you can see how on the left there is some blue grass, but there's also some red grass in this image in the same shot. So, you know, maybe that's just a rare chance of spawning in the blue netherwart forest, or because it's kind of center shot, this is to show that there's not just a blue netherwart forest with the blue trees and a red netherwart forest with the red trees, but there are sometimes crosses of the two of them, because this is a biome which has like that patch of netherrack in the middle there at the bottom too. Maybe that's a thing, and maybe that's why it's purple. Maybe she's not between them, she's at the overlap, or maybe between them there is kind of like how there's a jungle, you know, edge biome, which blends jungle with non-jungle. Maybe there's something like that for the nether. Maybe instead of having 4 biomes that we've seen so far, you know, regular nether, soul valleys, this, you know, the blue netherwart forests and the red netherwart forests, maybe there's, you know, those are the main biomes, and there's different types that exist in different places, so you can sometimes see the valleys like this. Again, very curious to see what that is, but it's not the last secret we've got today, because there's one other, you know, kind of really interesting one that's probably obvious that it would exist, but we haven't seen it before, and it's impossible to spot. But if you zoom in right here, just to the right of the vine, you can see how there's something that looks like it is an upside down staircase. A staircase, you know, pointing the opposite, you know, not to be a useful staircase, but for the sake of decoration. You can see how there's an upside down staircase right there, made of some form of plank. I assume this is the plank made from the tree that it's next to, but it's really cool to know that not only there's going to be a new type of plank, or 2 new types of planks this update, but both those planks look like they'll be fully functioning planks, in the sense that they'll be able to make the upside down staircases and at least the slabs. And I imagine, based on how the last update added so many new fences and things like that, that it'll also be able to be made into brand new fences and fence, you know, gates and all the different things that you're used to making things from, doors and trapdoors, which means that this update is not just adding, you know, again, the 6 or 7 things we mentioned at the beginning, that if those trees can be made in planks, which you would expect, but you know, we didn't know for sure, if they can be made into planks, and those planks can be made into at least upside down stairs, you'd imagine they can be made into everything else, which means this update is bringing a lot of new blocks. Just by technicality of the new blocks will be half slabbable and, you know, stairable. Although, I don't know how many people will be using this in their overworld builds, so, you know, whether people like it or not is up to them. But personally, I like this texture. I think it'll make for some pretty hardcore looking houses, and it's something I'm going to enjoy doing with the Nether update. It's cool to see for the first time, and I don't think, no one saw it as best I can tell, but it is something I think is really great. Also, something I have no clue what it even is if you look to the left of that, on this same shot, you can see how beneath the glowberry, the very top one up there, there's something on the ground. Like, it's nearly impossible to tell what it is, but the ground is covered in that red netherwarty thing that we can see around here. And then there's something else. It looks almost like there's a fish splat on the ground right there. I don't know what's going on with that. And also you can tell how right next to the upside down stair before, there's also something next to that. I'm sure this could be some weird background details, but it's big enough to me to be something, and even maybe be the same thing between those two things. Maybe it's like a boat made from the new resources in the background that we're seeing the tiniest weird angle of. Again, these are screenshots. It's hard to be, you know, with a 3D shot, with a snapshot, we can go and we can test, we can look at stuff, but with the screenshots, it's much harder, and that's why it was such a fun little adventure. I believe we found whatever the secret was. It might have been the berry, but I think that was kind of too prominently displayed. It might be the fog, but I think that's kind of a secondary background of what they were trying to make. I think the new plank was the reveal, the kind of secret hidden in there. In one of their 10 screenshots, there happened to be some planks, or maybe in all of the screenshot there's planks, and that's just the easiest one to find. But it was very, very interesting to look through all of these screenshots in depth, and thank you to the Discord community, discord.gg/toycat, who of course helped me out with this one. It also, you know, makes you question, because one of the things we know is you'll be able to sleep in the Nether after this update. It makes you question how a spawn point in the Nether will work. So one of the theories that, you know, I heard from the same people is like, maybe after this update they'll have to make it so your portal would act as a spawn point, because otherwise, you know, like, you know, if your Nether portal goes out and you're trapped and your spawn point's in the Nether, obviously you can currently make a fire charge to relight your portal, but what if your portal gets destroyed? What if you break your portal with your fist so that you need obsidian to repair it? There's going to be some things that they have to implement in this update that would fix that, so I don't know what it is, but it's something just worth mentioning that, like, oh yeah, one of the details they gave us is that beds work in the Nether, but without, you know, a way to guarantee a way back to the overworld, you could get yourself trapped in the Nether permanently, which isn't very Minecrafty. Also, something that I think is kind of a shame, but it has to be worth mentioning, is that this update very clearly seems to be focusing on just these 3 new types of biomes, and the reason I say that is because we haven't seen a single screenshot of another one. Snapshot Day is coming super soon, and maybe they're just saving an entire biome or multiple biomes, but I think they'd be more vocal, especially if they're having such a big day with any of the other, you know, biomes that they have. So it looks like we're going to be having 3 major new types of biome to make 4 kind of total, which is cool. I mean, it probably is enough for the Nether, but a part of me was hoping we'd find like a rare niche biome that would be interesting to look for and stuff like that. And, you know, maybe the Nether Fortress is enough. Maybe if they actually had a structure to each of them that you can sometimes find, because we know the Soul Valley comes with the, you know, kind of dinosaur bone fossils, etc. Like, maybe that's a thing, but it's just something I want to mention. Like, ooh, it might just be free. Also, has to be mentioned, again, snapshots are coming super soon. We'll be able to, you know, not only just look at them through tiny little corners screenshots, but actually see them for the first hands with our own eyes, and that'll be really great. I'm looking forward to doing that, and we'll do so on this channel because, again, I'm very excited about the Nether update. I'm so hyped to see new things in the Nether for a billion different reasons. That bartering mechanic, there's the new piglin, there's all of this sort of stuff, you know, with the things we haven't seen yet, is what will make for a very exciting revamp to an entire dimension that I can't wait for. One thing I do want to say, though, because of this video, it's kind of shocking to me that most of this information I couldn't find elsewhere online. Usually, you know, the r/Minecraft, the Minecraft Reddit is really good at this stuff. I recommend that as one of the better Reddits or one of the better communities for Minecraft out there. But unlike these snapshots, which are usually broken down very quickly, there wasn't so much for these screenshots. So I just wanted to mention, like, hey, we do it here on this channel, but also on the subreddit, I saw a few people talking about their fairies and stuff on r/IBXToyCat. So I don't know what it is about, like, this particular community that's more hyped about seeing the breakdowns and stuff like that, but it seems to be the case. Anyway, with that said, I just want to mention, thank you very much for watching. I'm hyped for this season of news video. It seems like every year we got like another, you know, like update that's like being revealed in different ways, and it's cool to you know, have a community that's just as hyped as I am to see this. So if you want to stick around for that, you can subscribe, and of course have notifications turned on so you see the latest news as soon as it happens. Thank you very much for watching this video. The live stream didn't go perfect earlier, but I do intend to repeat it at some point. So if you want to see me beating the Wither from start to finish without taking damage, this time without wearing a spoon costume, I'll probably stream it over the weekend. But yeah, thank you for watching. I never explained the spoon thing, did I? Goodbye.